Hello, this is Ashley again, and welcome to my YouTube channel, He Restores Me. If you're new, then welcome. I'd encourage you to check out the video where I talk about my experiences with mental health, specifically psychosis. If you want to check it out, I'll put it in the comments below. Today I'm going to talk about how to support someone with a mental health condition. I think this is very important to discuss because 1 in 4 people in the world are going to experience a mental health challenge at some point in their life, and 1 in 6 people will be diagnosed with common mental health problems, which include forms of depression or anxiety. If you know someone who has a mental health condition, I would suggest to listen to this video. And even if you have a mental health condition yourself and you would like someone to know how to support you, you can show them this video. So yeah, let's get straight into it. There are plenty of ways to support someone with a mental health condition, and I will just name a few. So the first one is to educate yourself. You can educate yourself on their condition and other mental health conditions. It has its pros and cons. One of the pros is that you get to understand some of the symptoms that they might be experiencing. There's information on the NHS website where it talks about some of the potential treatments for the conditions. For example, with depression, it suggests trying CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. It also suggests other talking therapies and medication. I'm sure you've heard of antidepressants or antipsychotics, for example, with things like psychosis. So there are ways that you can educate yourself to learn more about the mental health condition. This could be also a great way to open up conversation with the person who you are interested in supporting. By talking to them, you will learn more about their condition. But the con to educating yourself is that you may start to think that you know more about their condition than they do. And I think that's a dangerous route to take because no one knows exactly what they're experiencing apart from them. You're not in their mind, so I think it's important to be mindful that you don't start misdiagnosing them. I think it's important to listen, and that goes on to the next point, which is listening. I think it's very vital that you listen to what they're experiencing, and that will help you to know how to support them. You'll know their needs, because there's no point of asking someone to seek a therapist if they don't want to speak to a therapist. It might be triggering for them. That might not be what they need at that moment in time. It's really important that you listen to them. A short story that I'll share is when I was attending a rehabilitation center for my mental health condition. The psychiatrist who had a meeting with me told me,
"Ashley, you're not well."
At that point, I felt confused, I felt a bit angry, I felt like I didn't want to listen to anything else that he said because he was making an assumption about me based on what he heard. That was his first meeting with me, and he was telling me that I wasn't well. I would say that is not the right approach to take when you're trying to support someone. Instead, listen to them and don't be judgmental. The third piece of advice that I have if you want to support someone with a mental health condition is to be optimistic. It's great when you have someone that can cheer you up when you're feeling low, someone who is positive, who speaks life instead of speaking death, someone who tries to pour into you and inspire you. A lot of times with mental health conditions, it can make you feel like your life is falling apart and you start to feel guilty sometimes, and you feel like you're the problem, you brought this upon yourself, when in reality, anyone can experience mental health challenges. Remind them that they are valuable, they are beautiful, they are strong, and they're going to get through it. I'm so grateful for the support network that I have and the people who encourage me, including my church family. They would send me Bible promises, which were really positive, and they would make me feel like I can do this because I'm not alone. The fourth and probably final point I'll mention is signposting. Most of the times with mental health conditions, you can't just deal with the situation in one day. Signposting is a great way to show them that you care and you're not going to stop supporting them. You just want to tell them that there's another organization qualified to support them. If you want to signpost people to the right organizations, I would suggest looking on websites like mental health charities. Once you have directed them to the right support network, you will see a difference. It's important to also mention that sometimes when you're taking on other people's challenges and listening to it, it can be quite overwhelming for you. So it is good to take a break from always listening to lots of things that could come across as negative at times. When you encourage the person to seek help from someone who's qualified, then hopefully they will know how to deal with the situation without getting overwhelmed themselves. I hope this video is helpful in any sort of way, and I hope that you can share with me other ways that you have found supporting people to be beneficial. Thank you, and I hope you have a good week.
Every one of us is worthy. Every one of us is worthy. Every one of us is worthy.